Rhymefest has gone from rapping on Chicago stoops in his youth alongside Kanye West to now stumping those same stoops for votes. The Grammy and Oscar-winning rapper, 47, tells people he's thrown his hat in the ring for Chicago's first-ever school board election, while also releasing an inspiring new album. "I rap and that's my daytime thing, however I would always come back to Chicago," he says. "I never moved out of my great-grandma's house. As a rapper, I'm always telling artists it is not our obligation to make it out of the hood. It is our duty to rebuild the community." Rhymefest, known for co-writing Pal West's early hits like Jesus Walks, as well as helping pen Oscar-winning song Glory with Common and John Legend, would often return home to work with youth through his community service program. "I would teach James Baldwin's book The Fire next time. Young people would say, 'What is that? Who wrote that?' And I'm like, 'You never heard of James Baldwin?'" He says of the late award-winning black novelist and civil rights activist. "I realized our schools are not giving culturally relevant curriculum. Our schools are not preparing our children for a modern economy and a modern world. That's what inspired me." It's what led him to recently enter Chicago's first-ever school board election. "In Chicago, the budget for our school board is $10 billion a year. Historically, the mayor would choose who could manage that budget," he explains. "There's been a community effort, including myself and many teachers, for there to be an elected school board. Chicago's the only major metropolitan city that has not had an elected school board. This is the first time." Aside from his recent foray into local politics, Rhymefest says James Baldwin, who would have turned 100 on August 2nd, has inspired his music as well. Now signed to Golden State Entertainment, a division of the Golden State Warriors, which is the only NBA team to have a record label and film production company, Rhymefest recently released his latest album titled James and Nikki, A Conversation. "I stopped caring what people think," he says, as to what gave him the courage to put out a music project based on a deeply personal and political 1971 conversation between two black activists. "When he first watched the full 2-hour program, I saw a homosexual man, a bisexual woman, 2 artists, a teacher and a student, a husband and a wife. I saw alchemy happening. They were playing every role. It was everything." Afterwards, "I said this conversation has to be remade into a hip-hop album." For the project, he partnered with female MCs on each song to bring the spirit of Nikki, and he says he knows his audience. "I'm rapping to those who yearn to learn." In honor of Baldwin's centennial birthday, on August 2nd, Rhymefest spoke at the New York Public Library's Schomburg Center for Research in Black Culture as well as at Lincoln Center's A Century of Baldwin celebration. James Baldwin would say things like, "When a black person fights back, it's the worst thing in the world. When a white person fights back, it's revolution, it's America." Says the rapper. He risked his career to do that. As for Rhymefest's career, much has changed since he and West first found fame writing and rhyming together. "Kanye and I hooked up as teenagers," he says. 15, 16, and the connective tissue wasn't the music. "I fell in love with his mother," he recalls of the late Donda West. "She was my mentor." When the pair would play her their new music, sometimes full of expletives and derogatory lyrics aimed at women, she would say, "Rhymefest, did you really sell all those drugs and have sex with those women like that? I'm not judging, I'm just asking. Is that who you are?"